Hey guys, what is up? So today we are gonna be reacting. I'm gonna upload a bunch of reacting videos for a while. Because if you see my last video, I can't really record videos in Gorilla Tag, but I can still upload videos. There's another I can try another thing later, but that's for another time. Here's the other thing. So we're gonna be reacting to like Gorilla Tag's lore, and some goofy animations. That's gonna be a bunch of other videos. I just see the first comment saying, "Bro, it's not Mad Pat." That's crazy. All right, let's just jump into it.
Gorilla Tag has many mysteries. Why does the rocket ship exist? Who are the aliens? And why did the lava monkey infection start? Well, after hours and hours of thinking and connecting the dots, I finally came up with a completed storyline and Gorilla Tag's lore. Our story begins with a group of monkeys in forest. They had built this home for themselves and lived a peaceful life, until one day an alien invasion occurred, transporting a kind of infection called the lava monkey infection. This disease spread through touch.
Wait a minute. Why does this hold on. Why does this kind of seem true? Like, this kind of makes sense though. It does make sense.
This trapped the gorillas in an infinite loop of catching and losing the disease. But the gorillas weren't phased. They continued with their lives, practicing skills and finding maps. They found two maps, canyons and caves, but in canyons there was something very special. In the depths of the canyons you could see there were a bunch of sparkling shiny rocks. They instantly got to work, excavating the special stone. This gave the gorillas a bright idea. They made cosmetics and invented a new currency, shiny rocks. This helped the gorillas.
What? In canyons? I feel like that'd be more in freaking caves with the crystals. I don't think it's canyons. I think he messed. I mean, that's just my theory. My theory is that shiny rocks came from the caves, not freaking canyons. But let's just watch the rest of the video.
Developed their civilization even more. With their knowledge and strength ever growing, they decided to build a rocket ship to go and get revenge against the aliens. But before they did, let me introduce you to a special gorilla, Lucy. Lucy was loved by every gorilla.
Oh my god. Lucy. The ghost. Lucy. Oh my god.
She was so kind to everyone, and she even had a child, PBBV. But one tragic day, PBBV he passed away. Many other young gorillas followed the same fate, and it seems that they couldn't detach themselves from their home, as many ghost sightings appeared. From a mixture of grief and bad health, Lucy also passed away. The civilization of gorillas built gravestones for all the lost monkeys and Lucy. Lucy would then go on to haunt every Halloween, picking up gorillas like she picked up her child. This event motivated the gorillas. They began to craft a place to put the aliens after they captured them. They were successful, trapping the aliens in—
What? You're lying. You're actually lying. That's the aliens? What? I'm actually... Wait, what? This is actually crazy. I didn't think it would go this far. Holy...
Inside a maze. These were definitely the aliens that caused the infection, as whenever they saw any gorillas, they shot an orange beam of lava at them. The gorillas moved on with their lives, decorating the countless maps they had found for every holiday and season. The gorillas, wanting to expand their creativity, started to revamp maps like caves and clouds. And after a while, they decided it would be a good idea to make a hole in the ground where they could make any map that they want. This was called the rotational map. The gorillas also decided to build a huge city called Metropolis. It was clear the gorillas were expanding in their creativity and their strength, so they even took it a step further and they made an arcade. It included a nice social area with a whack-a-monkey game that was carefully crafted by the gorillas. Running out of ideas, they decided to make a monument for Lucy's life, recreating Lucy's old ragged house, along with some paintings of her and her son. There was also a statue that included them both, and this was a nice addition to the map. Where could the gorillas possibly go from here? Of course, they had to make a virtual reality headset inside the new arcade map that they had just built. Now, life was peaceful for the gorillas, and they were finally starting to settle in, until one gorilla noticed a huge crack in the moon, where more aliens, similar to the ones that started the lava monkey infection, coming to strike again. This took a lot of thinking, but this is what I think the Gorilla Tag storyline is, if it even has a storyline. I don't even know, bro. If this video gets 1,000 likes, then I'll make a poem.
Alright, so basically that kind of actually makes sense. That's kind of sick, though. That's actually interesting. Holy, I didn't expect it to go that far. But this is not my video. This is his video. Go check out his original video on this. You can see his channel. We're gonna check out some more videos because that was only a 3-minute video. Let's go through some more. The backstories of Gorilla Tag. Hold on. That's a full 8-minute freaking video. Hold on. We're gonna check that out later. Holy! Why is this sliding thing? The creepiest day of Gorilla Tag history. Hold on. Let's watch this one. This is by
See beyond our
Snake
walls.
V4.
We're closer. There's more here than you could
January 27th, 2024. The creepiest day in Gorilla Tag history.
There's something wrong with Gorilla Tag. Every single map is very, very dark, like Forest here. You can barely even see some of the branches. And like I said, it is in like every single map.
Why is Gorilla Tag so dark? Every map is so dark now.
You may be wondering why, what happened on this day? Why is it so scary? So in this video, I'm going to cover exactly what happened.
Okay.
So if you weren't aware, last year on January 27th, the maps Forests, Canyons, Beach and Mountains all mysteriously appeared to become very dark. There was absolutely no lighting at all and you could barely see anything. Every single object in these maps were completely pitch black except the occasional light spot that was eerily lit up. Now, I was actually playing Gorilla Tag on this day, so I'm going to be sharing my experiences of this event with you. But first, I'm going to be seeing what other people's experiences were like. If you search this date into YouTube, you'll find a lot of videos talking about this. And I'm going to be playing some of them now.
There's something wrong with Gorilla Tag. Every single map is very, very dark, like Forest here. You can barely even see some of the branches, so it's kind of hard to play in comp. And like I said, it is in like every single map. This is a very rare occurrence. Let's go see what other people think about it.
Why is Gorilla Tag so dark? Every map is so dark now. Beach, canyons, mountains. The others haven't been affected.
What?
As you can see, all of the videos show the maps Forest, Beach, Canyons and Mountains all being extremely dark and having no lighting whatsoever. But the strange thing is, this didn't happen to all of the maps. Maps like City, Rotating and Caves were all perfectly fine. All of these videos mentioned this being really scary, and that definitely sums up this event. No one was expecting this, and most players don't even know it happened. Since I played on this day, I'm going to share my experience with all of you. I don't have any recordings of this, so I'm just going to have to try and recreate my story. I loaded into Gorilla Tag, joined a private code and went straight to Forest. I immediately noticed it was extremely dark, but since I was new at the time, I thought this was just something that happens at night. I kept on playing, but I had a strange feeling and I could barely see anything. I've never seen anything like this before and something felt really off. I noticed a lot of creepy things like the gazebo being randomly lit up. It was getting so weird that I decided to just try and go to Beach instead. I climbed up the rope and after taking one look at Beach, I knew something wasn't right. Everything that I saw in Beach was darker than it was in Forest. Weirdly, the sky looked normal, but everything else was extremely dark.
Wait, why did it look like that? Did y'all play during this? Wait, I'm actually confused. Remember this. I was in mountains and I thought Lemming forgot to pay the electric bill. That is crazy. That is crazy.
I tried just playing normally, but I was really confused about this. Something about this just felt so creepy, and I had this strange feeling that I was being watched. I didn't want to keep playing like this, so I got off, and the next time I went on, everything was completely normal. After that day, I never thought about this event again. That was my experience on this day, and I never really thought anything about it until I made this video. There is a Gorilla Tag code that many people have experienced being doxed in by what appears to be some glitch-like bot. As far as I can see, there's no straight answer saying what happens in this code or why it happened. I was trying to think of ideas similar to this, and that's when I remembered the day that everything was pitch black. I knew that this couldn't have just happened to me, so I started doing research. And surprisingly, I found out that a lot of people experienced the exact same thing. I surprisingly couldn't find the developers talking about this at all, but I might know a place where we can find information on this. The official Gorilla Tag Discord server.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a problem with Gorilla Tag, they always talk about it on here. So that must mean that they talked about it on this server, right? Well, I went back to this date, and I didn't find anything at all. So what actually happened? Was it some kind of hacker that was trying to scare the community by making everything dark? A lot of people made theories that Gorilla Tag got hacked, and this was some kind of warning that something bad was going to happen. So, did Gorilla Tag really get hacked on this day? Well, no, it's actually a lot more boring than that. Basically, when Lemming was working on another map, he accidentally deleted the lighting on a ton of other maps. It's assumed he was working on making the rotating map brighter, which happened not too long after this event. And while he was doing this, he accidentally deleted the lighting. That's kind of crazy, but something else that's crazy is that you're not subscribed yet. So that's the mystery of January 27th, 2024 solved. The creepiest day in Gorilla Tag history.
Answer communal.
Okay, we get it. Okay, wow. Okay, so, dang. Okay, that makes sense. That kind of makes sense. But I'm probably gonna do another video where we watch, maybe the backstory. No, we could watch that another time. But the next thing we're gonna do is probably watch some Gorilla Tag, Goofy, I don't know, just Goofy freaking shorts. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Please get me to 1,000.
The pixelated monkey.
Bro, please get me to 1,000 subscribers so I can make way better content for you guys. I can actually spend money because I'm completely broke. I'm actually broke. But if I get to 1,000 subscribers, I can actually start getting paid. When I get paid, I can put effort. I could put a lot more effort into creating videos since I have money. You know what I mean? And then also the other reason is my dad thinks it's a complete waste of time. So if y'all can like help me prove him wrong, that'd be nice. Alright, bye.